this is already scheduled.
Yes, yes, and they may have that on the list. I'll ask them.
What I
But no,
recommend-
I did talk to them about it.
What I recommend though, we have to control those guys that are coming back. If she got a priority that's going on with her, we need to direct them to what our priorities is what the complaints are. If she having the problem she got, we need to call the people that go back, doing the fine tuning and put her ahead of the list. Start identifying the one and prioritize and get that, tell them how to go about it. Don't let them tell us how to go about it. We go off who complain about it, we know the priority, and we can get somebody to take care of it right away.
And I'll be honest, I thought that all that her stuff was taken care of with the transition of the manager now. There's a lot of
It's really been out for a
miscommunication,
while.
with previous personnel, staff, and it's just, I can't make excuses, but.
Yeah, after the contractors leave out, we probably need to do, before we pay out.
We do.
You know, go in and do like a follow-up.
Oh, yeah.
Make
And
sure-
we don't need to leave it up to them to go
Yeah.
where they wanna go, we need to prioritize complaining what's going on around Tennessee, and get it done that way.
Well, thank you, cause I agree.
I mean, I agree.
Thank you.
You know, we're taking care of the major problems and then making sure everybody can get back into their apartments if they were livable and stuff. Screws on a countertop that are, you know, they're not poking through or anything like that, it's just, there's, you know, little buttons or whatever you stick in. That's all it is, it's missing. So it's nothing like life threatening or making a unit inhabitable, it's more of a, cosmetic, yeah.
It's not life threatening, no. That's what I'm saying, I can sit there and eat, and it's, but they're so tight over on this end of it, that made this end go up, because they did this end more correctly. And I don't know who did that, because I was not here. I have to be honest with you. I paid the rent, but I was not here. Because it was
Hopefully we'll try a different approach to try to get somebody to prioritize what's going on and talk to the contractors so they get in and get those things taken care of, depending on what our priorities and depending on what's going on with our tenants. That way we better way to handle that, to get it done quickly.
I appreciate that.
Lois, I know you were ready.
Yeah, I've asked Miss Anna if I can move off of the 8th floor. And all I can get from her is no, you're not moving. For whatever reason, I don't know. Okay? And the only reason I have asked her to move is because of what's written on this paper right here. And also, I have turned into Megan, on Megan's request, another complaint form. I have been putting in complaint forms on my next door neighbors that lives in AD. Like I said, because of Megan's request. I've also got pictures of the tops of the field to where what day I've turned them in.
So to understand it clearly, are you saying there is apartment issues and neighbor issues?
Let me give you this paper, Mark, and then you. But like I was saying, every time I've asked Anna to move, it's always no. Why can't I move? You just can't move.
So when I was a manager over there, she had requested to move. It didn't have anything to do with the residents next to her, because they weren't living there at the time. She has already moved units 3 times in the course of the time that she lived there.
No, ma'am. No. I have been in that apartment, Anna, ever since 2019. I have got a paper that I got, may she rest in peace. I have got a paper over there to where, as a matter of fact, I think I got one from Megan, I'm not for sure, to where I started occupying that apartment back in May of 2019, which is not so.
I'll have to check your paperwork, but, because I know when Lakeisha was there, her and I had talked about it, and she said you had already moved several times.
No.
So,
Well, I don't know what's on that paper, but what's on that paper is a lie.
Well, let's work through minutes at a time, okay?
Mhm.
Sometimes I don't speak loud enough, and I apologize. It's a bad habit of speaking really soft. We will work out something, okay? So just calm down.
I don't care what's done, Mark, I just want completely off of the 8th floor.
Okay,
And I've also put in a report on my neighbor in 8I, I'm not gonna give her name,
that's all right.
about her smoking, and the smoke comes down the hallway straight to my front door. Like I said, I've given, Megan that, a complaint. I've also got pictures of the, complaints that I've turned in. And another thing, who gives anybody, I didn't do this, but who has a right to go into my apartment and force my son out of my apartment when he's got a brace on his leg and he just had knee surgery? And Mark, this happened when there was no elevators. He had to sit on his rear end from the 8th floor and go like this all the way down to the ground floor. And I've also got a picture on my phone, if you want to see it, with him sitting on the floor in my apartment with the leg brace on.
So we're dealing with a lot of issues
Right.
with this right now. First of all, we'll deal with the last one. Your son, which policy is you can have a guest or visitor for 14 days.
He hadn't
with
been there
permission.
14 days, he had just got there that night.
He was there while you were at the hotel during the flood. So he couldn't be there if you weren't there. He's your guest. And he's been allowed to stay there off and on, you know, for 14
And when he
days
comes, he
numerous times.
comes 2 or 3 days, then he's ready to go back to Duncan.
That's-
How do y'all get 2 or 3, maybe 3 or 4 days out of 2 weeks?
Because that's not how the policy states.
That's,
It's 14 days in a row. It's not 3 days here, 5 days here, 2 days here. It doesn't work that way. And you and I have had these conversations about that. So, as far as moving, what's your main reason for wanting to move into a different apartment?
because I am tired of her telling Mark, telling Thomas that she is gonna get her butcher knife and cut his heart out and stand over him and watch him bleed out and not call the ambulance or not call 911. It's all on that piece of paper.
And these are the type of tenants
Yeah. I think we can work to resolve some of this, and some of this is understandable because the way the rules are. It applies to me the same as anyone else, because I'm a member here too.
But Mark, everything she tells him, it comes through my north wall.
I understand that noise travels unfortunately, and people at work their differences out, and I've had noisy neighbors too, and eventually when we come together and build a community and an understanding with one another, there are difficulties, and I'm sure I do things that irritate other people. I'm not saying what you're experiencing is right, but I understand the feelings that you're upset about, okay? And so, I'm sorry that the 14-day being here with visitors and they have to leave, listen, it's gotta be fair for everybody. Otherwise, I can have all of my relatives come and stay 1 or 2 days at a time, you know? And then come back 1 or 2 days at a time, all year long until, you know, you maxed out the whole calendar. But I understand that it might be frustrating for you. Now, on the other hand, someone down the road is smoking, we're gonna work on resolving that.
So the smoking policy is if somebody is caught smoking in their apartment 3 times, then they will be evicted. We have to follow the policy. And a lot of people, I'm not just gonna take somebody's word, because what if, like, you and your neighbor aren't getting along and well, she's smoking in her apartment. You know, you could just be saying that to be vengeful or to get her in trouble so she gets evicted. So we're gonna make sure the policies are followed, but, you know, we can't just, oh, Lois said you're smoking, you're out. It doesn't work.
Not
that way.
88 hours.
Notices have been given
But the
out
thing
recently.
is, you don't know what's going on with other residents. You don't know who may be in the process of being evicted.
Then explain to me how come she don't go outside the smoking table and smoke anymore. I've even caught her smoking in her apartment.
Do you, when you catch her smoking in her apartment or smell it, do you call management? Do you call the office?
I wrote out a complaint and gave it to Megan. But like Marcia says, anybody does anything around there, all they do is just get a slap on the wrist and say, don't do it again.
So how do you know they're just getting a slap on the wrist? You don't know. And it's nobody's business to tell the other residents.
Stories travel all through that building,
Exactly.
and from the
Exactly.
smoking table into the building.
Exactly.
I can be sitting at home minding my own business. My phone goes to ring it. It's my sister.
And that's exactly why.
She tells me everything that's going on at the smoking table. Who comes in, who goes out, who got evicted or whatever.
And that is,
Huh?
that is gossip.
I know, that's what I'm
It may not
saying.
even be true. So,
I don't know, I don't go down there. Yes,
Do
ma'am.
we have any
Yes,
other
sir,
audience
Reverend.
participation? We don't discuss that enough. What, do we have another audience participation?
We must move on to somebody else now. We're gonna have to move on to another person might want to speak. Thank you, Lois.
Thank you, Mark.
Anyone else have anything?
I have one question.
Yes, ma'am.
Anything I was talking to Anna, security. Is there any way to get security? I mean, I know I've had to go several times to Mr. McLean's apartment whenever we had furniture, 'cause caught a homeless person trying to take it out the building at 12:30 at night.
that was years ago. I mean,
Yes.
that was years ago.
I mean, I'm
And that's
not up
why-
at night anymore, but I know I have seen the nightlife around there, and it can get pretty wild. I mean, it can get pretty wild.
But again, I hear you guys complaining about some of your neighbors and stuff like this here. That's why I think it's best to have the meeting over there, where people can defend themselves. We talk about a person just sitting right there at the meeting and stuff like that. Post the agenda, have the meeting over there, and we all can talk and try to iron some of these things out. Because right now, we're getting bits and pieces from different people. If they had majority over there in the same form at the location they're at, in the bottom floor down there, have a meeting down there, and just iron these things out.
I agree, and like I said, we talked about it, it's something that's been in the makes, in the works for,
Let's schedule one now. Let's schedule one for next month. Let's schedule one now, so we start getting out there, publish the agenda, get everybody a copy in the whole building. Everybody should have a copy and invite them to come to the meeting. And I'll be there and I'll bring the donuts. I'll bring the snacks. I'll bring the snacks where we can discuss all these things, and give these other people opportunity to discuss what's going on themselves in their location, why. Discuss the elevator situation and all the things, the elevators and all. Because here, we just been to pieces, this meeting just carry on and on and on. You gotta change this format, it's not the right format to event that here at this meeting like this here. We need to put it over there in that area.
okay. Yeah. And now that everything's done, that was one of the things that kind of put us back on, put us behind on having meetings, was the flood and all the construction, there was nowhere to really have a meeting. So now that that's all taken care of, everything's done in that area, the lobbies put back together, and it looks good, actually. So we guys have a meeting over there. It looks totally different and really nice.
Excuse me, before the meeting is over, can I get a copy of the financials? Cause y'all going over financials.
We don't have the financials.
We just
We-
tabled
Yeah, we
all
just
that.
tabled all that
We tabled all
till,
that earlier.
next month.
So y'all table it for this agenda?
Yes.
Okay.
No, it's tabled for next month. So off of that agenda.
Okay, we haven't even got to the fun. All right.
We still.
Right, well, we haven't gotten to the finals for Lawton Housing.
Yeah, so you don't have that either?
No, that's gonna get tabled also.
Okay, thanks.
Can I
Because
say
our
something
accountant,
real quick?
I mean,
You have any more audits, Ms. Spacey?
Can I say something real
Anybody?
quick? I wanna thank Anna especially, and you. I can't remember your name, but for helping me.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We try to take probably take care of this process. Yes, ma'am. Anybody else? Audit, Ms. Spacey? Can I get a motion, please?
I will motion to.
Okay, item number 4, elderly leasing service department report.
do you have anything you want to say, Megan?
Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Megan.
we're okay. No.
You need to come to the next meeting. You need to come to all the meetings. You're good.
Item number 5, final leasing department report. Anthony Craig.
We're gonna get over there, we had a couple moves out, and we're going through the waiting list and see, have some people move in here soon. Everything else is doing good.
Anybody else? Okay. Item number 6, section 8.
Reason why I can help you along.
Mr. Jackson.
I'll just, make just one point to make, that is with the, continuing with our specialized vouchers, with our new specialized, leasing specialist for the specialized voucher program. You'll see here that I have listed as part of the report, the, foster youth to independence. We already told you that we received additional advanced vouchers with the foster youth to independence. We should probably be ready to start administering those in maybe another month or so. If, how the MOU is progressing is any indication. It's been about a month and a half with OU. They finally got through their legal, now it's at DHS legal. And once the MOU is completed, signed by everyone, then we can actually start it. So probably in another month or so, we'll be able to start that portion of the specialized voucher program as well.
Anybody got any personal discussion?
Vote to accept it.
Item number 7, capital fund report.
I need to do a roll call on this. McLean,
Aye.
Weber,
Yes.
Call,
Yes. So you need roll call on the remaining of them too, or just that?
no, on all of them.
I know we can do it.
The only one I didn't need was on the new business and audio stuff.
It has been made and properly second, call the roll, please.
McLean,
Aye.
Weber,
Yes.
Call,
Yes. Okay, item number 7, capital fund report, Mr. Willie Love.
Okay, we've been spending, the past 2 months, we've had a lot of repairs throughout the entire housing authority. Like a lot of sewer repairs out in the View area, and, plumbing problems, elevators in the high rise, Pleasant Valley, all over the entire housing authority. We've not only just covered just the high rise. We have problems in our other developments as well. And some of them are more serious and more critical that have to be taken care of right away, especially in the Lawton View area. And Pleasant Valley just had a major sewer problem out there. So, this whole housing authority doesn't just center around that high rise. That's all I want to say.
We need a motion to report. I'm asking, we need a motion to this report. The motion.
Make motion to accept, Will's report.
I second. It's been made and properly second, call the roll, please.
Call,
Yes.
Weber,
Yes.
McLean,
Item number 8, secretary report, Ms. Anderson.
I think a lot of it's already been said, so, I guess the main thing, I just want to, we've had management changes, we've had changes in the office, for leasing agents, some were not expected, some elderly division manager. She comes with lots of experience, and, she's been there, what, a month? Not even a month, I don't think, so, you know, and that's part of, I think, the issues. People don't like change, and there's been a lot of changes, there's been a lot of things going on in the high rise. A lot of positive things, but, you know, in some of the residents' eyes, they see some things that are negative. Then we have, Anthony is the new, I think I introduced you last time though. So he's the new family division manager. And then JR right now is trying out the leasing, agent position. He was doing maintenance. So he's been there for a few years. He knows the properties and stuff, and wanted to see the paper side of it, and applications and all that. So I'm all about giving people, you know, a chance if they wanna learn, they wanna try. And, so far they're working out good. He's been there a week, not even a week.
So what happened to his position?
So right now, we still have 2 maintenance over there. He can do maintenance, I mean, Anthony can do maintenance if need be, but if
He just
this.
picked up additional responsibility.
Yes, and if this works out, then we'll look at hiring another maintenance person for that. I guess they've always had 3 maintenance. They do a lot of work through contractors for make-readies, you know, problems, plumbing, heat and air, so, but Andrew's been there for over 10 years, he's very experienced and knowledgeable. And then David Moore that's there, he's been there since November, and he has a lot of experience and knowledge too. So far, it's worked out good. They're doing really good. We had a lot of vacancies in both places. Some of it was evictions. You know, that obviously we can't discuss with all the other residents, but there's been evictions for non-payment of rent, lease violations. We've had a few pass away. So we're getting there. I think Megan's, you know, doing a really good job. We're also gonna be looking for leasing agents for over at the high rise.
You said we had a lot of evictions.
We've had some, yeah, or abandonment. We've had people just abandon. We're holding residents to the policies. And some of them don't like the change of management because they are being held accountable. They're being held accountable to pay the rent.
So, paying the rent, have they been accountable for those violations, 3 smoking incidents, those kind of things, are they being?
That, unauthorized visitors, gas, criminal, we've had some, I mean, everybody knows how the view can be, we're really working to clean it up and, get rid of all the criminal activity that goes on out there, so. A lot of people just, you know, they don't like that, they don't like that their relatives can't live with them unauthorized, and when you hold people accountable and by the policies, they don't always like it. So,
And they know the
somewhere.
policy coming in.
Oh, yeah. They sign a lease, they sign all the policies.
They get a
You
copy.
know, that's the first thing we look at when we're gonna write somebody up is you know, they signed a lease, it's in the lease, they knew it. I think there's
We cover all the bases, that's it, we gotta cover everything.
So we also, we are doing our REACT or our HUD Inspire inspection, that is scheduled for July 20th. So, and it's at all the properties. So unless something changes with HUD, we will be having our physical inspection of all the properties by a HUD inspector. It's normal.
Anything else, anything else? Get a motion to approve the secretary report.
I make motion we approve secretary report.
It has been made and properly second. Call the roll, please.
Gregory?
Yes.
McLean?
Aye.
Carl,
Yes. Item number, 9, 10 should be tabled, or you recommending that on item number, 9 and 10?
yeah, it needs to be taken.
We'll table those two?
Yeah.
Wanna make a motion to table 9 and 10?
I make a motion, we table 9 and 10 to the next meeting.
Second, yes.
It's been made and properly second, will you call the roll, please?
Weber,
Yes.
Carl,
Yes.
McLean,
Aye.
Item number 11, receive, discuss, and take action on resolution of 2026-03, a resolution amending the lease and, admission and continued occupancy policy.
That is for the, fair rent and the utility allowances. Yeah, there's not that many changes really, so, they will be effective July 1st.
What are the changes?
I did not grab the old ones. So the utility allowances are going up a little bit, and then of course the flat rent. So every year they're gonna change. Most of the time they're gonna go up because of the economy or, just the fair markets across the city of Lawton. So, we get that from the HUD website is the fair market rents is from the HUD, data source website that they send out to everybody, where you can look it up online, so it's not just, it's public knowledge for anybody to look at. And then the flat rents is, there's a figure, it's on the second page, the fair market rent times 80%, and then minus utility, and that's where we come up with the flat rent amounts. I don't know if I answered your question exactly.
Yeah,
Kinda.
I was looking at the pen, the ink pen, I guess that's, fair market rate.
Oh, the very end is, yes, fair market rent, and that's from the HUD website. They determine the fair market rent. And they figure the flat rents, and then the utility allowances are from a company that actually prepares all the utility allowances based on what utilities each, property has. It's like the high rise, we pay all the utilities, so they don't get a utility allowance. It's figured in for the flat rent, but, since we pay, they don't get the utility allowance, like a utility reimbursement.
Anything else? Anybody got any questions?
We just have to have it approved so we can put it in.
That's the same, it's actually, get a motion on item number 10?
Make a motion, we accept the report.
Okay, yeah, that,
Item number 11, I'm sorry. You second?
The resolution.
yeah, second.
It has been made and properly second, call the roll, please.
Carl,
Yes.
Weber,
Yes.
McLean,
Aye.
Adjournment?
I make a motion, we adjourn.
It's been made and properly second, call the roll, please.
McLean,
Aye.
Weber,
Yes.
Carl,
Yes.